Welcome to the Healthy Happy Hour podcast with your hosts, Victoria McCullough and Leandra Jackson, your go-to girlfriends for all things fitness, nutrition, and natural wellness. They believe that getting older doesn't mean slowing down. It means getting stronger, healthier, and more vibrant. Each week, they'll share practical tips, real conversations, and simple habits to help you feel your best inside and out. From workouts that fit your lifestyle, to nourishing your body with wholesome foods, to discovering the power of essential oils and natural doTERRA products. They're here to help you age with energy, confidence, and joy. Grab your favorite healthy drink, pull up a chair, and toast to living well and thriving through every season of life together.
Hey, good morning.
All right.
Welcome to the Healthy Happy Hour podcast. We're excited to be back.
We are back. Yes, we had a month off. Unfortunately, we had some events take place last month.
Yeah, you know, family happens.
So I had to take some time off, and we're back. It's October.
Yes.
It's fall.
Very exciting.
And, you know, it's that time of the year. It's getting cooler outside.
Yes.
And today is not the greatest day, and it does bring us down.
Yeah,
and
it
so
can definitely do that.
That's one of the things. So we want to welcome you so we can talk to you a little bit about more on how we can lift your spirits, make sure you stay on track with your health and nutrition, and just kind of thrive through fall.
Yes.
Fall back into.
Yeah, don't forget about your bodies. You know, there might be some people getting sick from the school starting and everything.
Yeah.
So just make sure that you're still moving your body and getting your blood flowing.
Yeah. So that's our job. That's what we're here for. We're here to go over some tips and tricks so that you can thrive through this time of the year. I know for me, I like fall, but I like the colors and all that stuff, and I'm not liking today. I don't like cloudiness.
Yeah,
I need some sun. So that's me. What do you like fall?
I do like fall, but yeah, when it's getting colder with no sun, it is more dreary. It's like, oh, winter's just around the corner, and our fall seems to be very short.
Yeah, we barely hit it, I think.
The mountains already got snow.
Yeah, it's like we had an early fall or cold or something, because we went this last weekend, and you're talking about you're at the end of it. There's probably maybe another week, but a lot of the leaves have already dried up and fallen off.
This tree that I have in the backyard, it turned beautiful, and then it seems like just the next day it was like,
it was really quickly. I think the temperature drop doesn't help it. So anyways, we are going to talk about how to get through all this. And one of the things that's really important is our immune system. Like Leandra mentioned, kids are back in school, so that's one thing that causes our immune systems, if, you know, with everything that we've done during the summer and had fun, and you know, hopefully you were on top of your nutrition and your fitness during the summer months. But now it's even more important because we're going to head into our fall cold flu season. Kids are around a lot more germs. With the cooler air, it actually creates more stuff in the air. Of course, you have your allergies again with all that's going on.
Yeah, I think like all the mold that gets from the down leaves and the grass going back to like dormant and stuff. Yeah. That's kind of where my allergies tend to come in. And then my son even came home yesterday not feeling great. So I'm like, oh crap. Yeah,
the cooler air kind of seems to suppress our immune system. Yeah. So we want to make sure that we prioritize foods that are rich in your vitamin A and C. Like, now's a good time to switch to those seasonal foods.
Yeah.
So you want to switch to like the pumpkin, the squash, apples, carrots. Start eating the seasonal fruit, because the best time to eat it is at the time that it's fresh and ripe, right? Canned and frozen is okay. I would take it in that you're fresh, it's frozen, and then it's canned.
Yeah.
Okay, in that order. So it's okay if you need to, because, you know, it's not going to, your fresh fruits aren't going to last a long time. And, you know, when they have to be shipped in, a lot of times you're going to end up with stuff that has chemicals on it. It's not as fresh. So if you're going to go organic, it's going to cost you a little bit more. You also want to make sure that you're getting in some other nutrients, like your zinc and your echinacea is good.
Echinacea is an herb,
There's a lot of different vitamins and minerals that our bodies really need during this time. It's not just when you're getting sick. You want to start now. You want to start and stay ahead of it, because once you start feeling icky, you're already behind. Right. So you do want to do that. You want to stay hydrated. Even though it's colder, people don't realize that your body has to spend more energy heating up.
Mm-hmm.
So you're actually dehydrating easier because you're under thicker blankets. You're moving your workouts indoors, and we're still losing some moisture. So we're losing hydration.
And it's harder to drink water when it's cold.
It is. So I know a lot of times people don't like drinking. I still like drinking cold water, but you can go to your herbal teas. You can go to, maybe lukewarm water. You can, room temperature, whatever requires, and still adding in what kind of, there's some other things you can add in doTERRA.
I definitely have some stuff, but also it's getting outside too.
Yeah.
We want to make sure that we're acclimating.
Yeah,
right?
You want your body to get used to the cooler weather and making sure that it's harder to get up in the morning, because I used to like to get up in the morning, go sit outside, have my coffee or my morning drink or breakfast. And this morning it was a struggle for me to even get out of bed.
Yeah, it's dark and you're getting up now.
Yeah, and it's cold.
Yeah, and when it's not sunny, we're not getting as much vitamin D, so we still want to be able to get out when the sun is out. Or maybe take an extra supplement for vitamin D. A lot of women that are aging are low in vitamin D.
Definitely need to. Vitamin D is one supplement people don't realize causes a lot of different issues. So it really is important to, it's going to affect your hormones, it's going to affect, and everything, your immune system. So it affects so many different things. So vitamin D, but with people in Colorado, because the way the weather is and it's cloudy, we do have, it gets cold and our winters are long. People bundle up too much. They put too much sunscreen on in the summer, and they don't want to go out in the winter. And if we can get 20 minutes a day, just go out for a nice walk when the sun is out.
And you talk to a lot of people, and they don't go out in the sun. And especially if they work at night, they're sleeping during the day.
Yeah.
But to add some essential oils to your water, or just take the supplements, make sure that you're taking all the vitamins that you need. On Guard is a great blend from doTERRA to be able to take for those seasonal issues. It is the immune protective blend. It helps to support the immune system, and you can diffuse it to help purify the air in the home. Also put it on topically to help kind of give you that protective shield, so to speak. The Breathe oil is really great to support the respiratory system, and diffuse that in the home as well. Put it on your body. Great for that. The On Guard is ingestible. The Breathe is not. Cinnamon bark and clove and oregano, they're all warming oils and comforting, and they're great for the circulation if you're feeling cold. Also, ginger is a really good one.
I was thinking, okay, how many of you like mulling spices? You can use these, like the cinnamon bark in the warm apple ciders.
Yeah.
So now's a good time to have the apple cider, like we talked about. Yeah. So if you want something warm, whether for in the morning or in the evening, just to calm yourself down, to kind of relax.
Yeah. So frankincense is a really great oil to use for grounding, stress relief, and having that busy fall seasonal stuff going on. It's also really good for the immune system. Frankincense is the king of oils. It is great for cellular support. It's good for the skin because, now it's even getting more dry. We have a really great frankincense stick, and that you can rub on dry spots or rub it on your face.
That's good for eczema or any of those.
Definitely. A lot of people have been finding a lot of relief with the eczema and some issues with the skin with the stick. So, and it's also got nail wood in it. So really great options with the doTERRA oils and the supplements, because you got to keep your immune system up. You got to fill in those gaps of nutrition. And if you're not, because our food just isn't as nutritious as it used to be when, 100 years ago.
Yeah, when we were eating from this good soil.
Before all the processed stuff come out.
And you can always reach out to one of us to help you kind of go through what you're taking. And if you're not sure, you can always.
Right. Or we can do wellness overviews for you.
Yeah, I do believe in taking what we need, but the supplements are only filling in the gaps. So you start with your nutrition first, and then you find out what it is that you're lacking, and then you fill in those gaps with your supplements. So make sure that you be cautious about the supplements you do take.
Right. That's why I use the doTERRA, because it is foundational wellness, and it's going to give your body what it needs.
Yeah, you want to make sure that you're getting reputable supplements that are third-party checked and, are tested and trusted, because there's a lot of people. It's a $1 billion industry, and there's a lot of people out there. Don't buy the Walmart version. Don't buy, I've had some crazy versions.
You want to be able to absorb them.
Yeah, they do a lot of fillers and stuff.
Right. So yeah, snacks.
All right. So snacks.
Awesome
when it comes to snacks, what's the big thing in season right now? You got apples and pumpkins, right? So you can do an apple crisp and just make it healthier. You're using oatmeal, and you can use protein powders instead of sweeteners, and you can just get vanilla protein and put it in there. And so simple. You can even make like the one apple where you take an apple and you fill it with oatmeal,
peanut butter,
different things, and you can even bake it, just in that, put it in an air fryer. I've seen some really good recipes like that if you just want a quick, yummy snack. Apples and, peanut butter, I like almond butter. There's an apple and pumpkin yogurt dip we have here that would be good. You just take, sliced apples, pears, and dip it. Take your Greek yogurt, pumpkin puree, and drizzle some honey and a sprinkle of cinnamon. Pumpkin pancakes. I love pumpkin. I do love pumpkin. But I'm not like a big pumpkin coffee person.
Yeah, that's all like artificially stuff.
Yeah, so I like making pumpkin pancakes, pumpkin waffles, pumpkin cookies, pumpkin bread. I just made some banana bread. Yeah, I made banana bread last night. Instead of using butter, I just use applesauce, and it comes out really good that way. So you can make these dips, these yummy dips. Adding pumpkin puree to anything, to me, I just love pumpkin. So like I said, you can pretty much add it to flavor stuff up. The apple, you can use applesauce, apples, chop it up. I like making for breakfast, my little breakfast oatmeal bake, putting apples in there.
Yeah, I do what's called on guard apples. So I was just talking about the on guard oil, and you just slice up your apples, make sure that they're good and clean. Have like a vegetable wash, especially if you don't eat organic. And I've noticed as well that a lot of the organic produce still has that kind of filmy stuff on it. So lemon oil, a little bit of white vinegar, and some water, and soak your produce in there and get it nice and clean. And then slice up your apples, put it in a bowl of water, and then add like 3 or 4 drops of On Guard to the water. Let it sit for a couple minutes, and then you have a nice little tangy kind of apple snack that's going to give you immune support. And the kids love it because it's got a little bit of cinnamon flavor, a little bit of clovey flavor, because the On Guard has some great essential oils in it that are good for flavor. So cinnamon, clove, rosemary, wild orange. So it really does give you a good flavor. And you can add that to like what you were saying with your stuffed apples too. Yeah. You could add it into the mix. And then I also like to do a stewed apples. So stewed apples with herbs like anise, fennel, ginger, and cinnamon, and a little bit of coconut oil, and then some water, and then you just stew your apples for a little while. I'll peel the apples at that point just because chewing on the skin when it's stewed isn't always that appetizing, but it's really up to you. You are going to get more fiber if you keep the skin on. But
no, those are good ideas because I'm like that type. I'm that person that when you're making an apple pie, I like to just eat the apples. But I do like eating like apples like that. I like eating baked apples. I like eating those. So think of the fruits and veggies of the season. Squash. Make more squash. Foods with squash, make, bread, make, some grilled vegetables. I love grilled vegetables.
Yeah, sheet pan meals are always a great option.
Yeah, and they're super simple. I mean, you can go to Pinterest. I mean, I know I need to start gathering all my favorite recipes together, and I want to start, if you're on my group or in my newsletter, I'm starting sending out like weekly recipes and stuff.
Nice. So, yeah, I don't do enough recipe stuff. Right?
I was trying to do it once a week, and then now I'm going to try to just post it into the group.
Yeah.
All right. So yummy snacks. So staying fit as the temperature drops. Again, that's another struggle bus. Right? That is very hard when you're not just jumping out of bed with the sunlight and you're feeling amazing and great because the summertime makes us feel that way. Right. It's a little harder. I still teach my 5 a.m. class. It used to be light was coming up at about 5:15, and there were times where we could go out. This year we didn't really. I don't know what happened to summer. Summer did not, and it just seems like the weather just never cooperated on it. But you got to get yourself up and you go for walks. If you still, if you walk your dog, you're still going to have to do that. The poor dog needs to go out. So you're going to have to get up, bundle up, and go for a short walk. And the weather is nice. Get out and walk. Workouts are, and it used to not be. It was late and I was ready to take on the day. Now I'm ready to go home and go back to bed. Right. It's really not that easy. So you need to stay consistent with that. your routine and still get up and get your workout in. Try to get at least 3 days a week minimum, and then walking every single day and getting out when the sun is good. I have my 10-minute trainer on my YouTube channel. Leandra has.
I've got some yoga classes on my YouTube channel. And I also want to kind of backtrack on the whole, it's getting dark. It's still dark in the morning, but we still want to honor our circadian rhythm. And that is our internal, clock. That's our biological clock on a 24-hour scale. And even though it's getting darker earlier and it's staying dark in the morning, you may just need to adjust your bedtime a little bit, going to bed a little bit sooner and waking up still at the same time, because having that specific bedtime and wake time is really going to play a big role first on your immune system, on your energy level, and being able to be progressive throughout your day. Yeah. Because you don't want to feel like you're in a rush because you waited until the sun came up and now you only have.
Even when I've prepped, I'm in and out still in the morning going like, oh, I did forget something or something. I always forget something. There's something that I'll forget. So I always figure if I have it, I'm set ready for the next day as best as I can. I have my clothes in the bathroom so I'm not making noise and waking Jeff up. I know what I'm going to drink in the morning, and I know, where my stuff is at and what we're going to be doing. I do that. I mean, the worst thing I forget is usually my phone. Right. That's usually what I'll forget. It's usually my phone or my water, because I have too many of these. I end up with this one has water, the other one has my, my pre-workout, and so you want to make sure that you prep the night before so that it does make it easier. Stay on that, make sure that you're still moving out. I mean,
and we want to layer too. We want to make sure that now we're getting some of that fall clothing out, because you might not even know what the weather is going to be happening. It's Colorado. All 4 seasons are going to happen in one day. So make sure you're layering and you're, going out for the walks like Victoria was saying. Get energized, do things that are fun for the fall, rake the leaves, prep the garden for next season, go to pumpkin patches. I still need to do that. I think that's always so fun.
Yeah, do the fall stuff. There's some events or some things that we're going to tell you a little bit about here in a minute.
Yes, definitely.
There's fall festivals are coming up. There's so much fun. Here in Colorado Springs, we have so many. They're I feel like they're every and then go to the markets that are, the farmers markets. They're getting ready to shut down.
Right.
Most of them. So get your stuff. Like she said, prep your yard. Start raking and getting rid of all that extra leaves and all the stuff, so that it's nicer for the fall, and then you'll be ready for the next season.
Right. And stay consistent with your exercises, like Victoria was saying. 3 to even 5 times a week. Give yourself a break, but make sure you have that schedule. It's so easy to say, oh, the schedule is busy, I'm going to cut out the workout, or I'm going to cut out the self-care. That's the last thing that should be cut out.
Yeah, it is. You really need to prioritize your health first. Get your workout. They don't have to be long. They don't have to be an hour. I have my 10-minute trainer. There's 10 minutes. If you have 20 minutes, you can do another one. They're broken. Some of them are broken up into upper, lower.
You can do it a couple times a day.
You can do a couple times. Yeah. But start out in the morning. You're going to realize the energy it gives you. Even if it's just doing, we have 30 set, you set or you count, 20 squats, 20 push-ups, 20 mountain climbers, and hold a plank for as long as you can in the bathroom. Just stretch your body in the bathroom. I do that just to kind of get, my back is usually tight in the morning, and we wake up and our bodies are sometimes a little stiff and tight, and so you want to get that blood flowing. And once you do that, you're going to be a little bit more energized, and your day is going to be better, and you're going to feel good about doing something for you. It's better to do something than absolutely nothing, because nobody has ever regretted working out, but they regret not.
Exactly. And you might think, oh, I don't like to do the mountain climbers. I don't like to do, well, then, do some yoga. Do something that you do like to do. Do wall push-ups instead. Do squats while you're drinking your coffee. Just try to, I'm not going to spill it. Make it fun. Something.
Yeah. You can always fitness it.
Yeah, exactly. Do squats while you're walking across the living room.
Yeah. I do them, like I said, you can do them while, if you're brushing your teeth, and then And once you're done, just gargle. You know what? Like if you use, any kind of mouthwash, the whole time doing push-ups while you're gargling or something.
Yeah, well, that makes me think of like if people does like the oil pulling.
Yes,
if you're doing oil pulling,
you got to keep your mind off of that.
Do something else, like cherry pickers or something.
Yeah, you don't ever want to sit there and think about that. That takes like forever, but it does feel great. If you've never done that, we'll have to talk about that one.
Well, we would love to know what you're doing. Like if it's just a quick exercise that you have to do in the mornings or sometime during the day, post it. Let us know what you're doing. We would love to hear what you're doing or what you're wanting to incorporate. But we definitely want to, so just to recap, want to boost our immunity. We want to use the essential oils. I recommend the doTERRA oils. They're the most tested, most trusted brand on the market. And when I say most tested, that is so very true because a lot of companies don't test their oils.
Yep.
They just buy them from distributors and think that they're okay. So definitely want to boost your immune system. Use whole foods. Enjoy seasonal snacks like the apples and the squash and the pumpkins and the root vegetables. And stay active in adjusting your workouts to what fits you, what suits your schedule. Maybe you work out with the kids because you still got little ones at home. Maybe you're working out with your friend. It's cold, but you and your friend are both out there boogieing in your winter jackets and you're getting warm.
It's more encouraging when you have an accountability partner calling you up in the morning and saying, are you ready? Let's go. Because I know I can struggle at times. And on Wednesdays, me and a friend have decided on Wednesdays we're going to walk section 16. But she is one of those, she hates the cold, so that's kind of an iffy thing. But we're going to find something to do if it's not, walking section 16. But yeah, just so, find an accountability partner, somebody that you can do it with so that they, even on those days when you don't really feel like it, they can kind of pull you along.
Also, post your favorite snacks or fall recipes. We would love to know, and if they're good, healthy ones, maybe we'll repost them. So we would love to see what you're doing, and be encouraged because this is it doesn't have to be a dreary time. It comes from within as well. Yes, the sunshine brings out the joy, but so do many other things like citrus essential oils or just meditation. Be with yourself, try to understand yourself during these times of maybe a little cabin fever or, not having the sunlight.
I think each season brings some good. There's always something, everybody has their favorite seasons, but I think there's something great in every season. I think that's why those are there to kind of shift your mindset, refocus, instead of going like January, when everybody starts thinking about the New Year's resolution, think of it seasonally. Yeah. Okay, what are you going to do? Fall starting, what can you do for fall? Every season is only, 3 months? So they're short.
Technically.
Yeah, technically. So think about from season to season. What do you want to do from this season? And, fall just started September. So what do you want to do this season before the winter season? What kind of things you want to accomplish? Use that as a gauge because it's a shorter time frame. You're not thinking a whole year out. It's much easier when you have short, small bursts of goals. They seem more doable, I think. And, and each season brings with itself a different challenge. Fall, we're changing and shifting. When winter comes, it's another shift. We know we've got stuff to prep for blizzards and all that stuff.
Right. So this is the time to protect yourself for when winter does come.
So when it does come.
And, make sure that you're staying happy and cozy and create a good rhythm for yourself and your family. And, just
build new habits, new family things.
Don't necessarily think that the cozy time is a time to just sit down and eat a bag of Oreos. So, sit down and eat some on-guard apples. And just keep your body moving.
Yeah.
We have some awesome events coming up.
Yes, we do. We have a couple events that are going on, and then we'll talk about anything specials that we have. So first off, we have
the Falcon Fall into Wellness event on October 19th. I'm in still September. October 19th, and that's from 12 to 4 at the Woodman Hills Rec Center West. The address is 11720 Woodman Hills Drive, Peyton, Colorado. And it's going to be kind of a smaller event. It's going to be inside the rec center, but we hope to grow it into something much bigger over time. And right now it'll be about 13 to 14 vendors and the holistic lifestyle, from fitness, which Victoria is going to be there, essential oils, I'm going to be there, nutrition, we both do that, to, people who are clairvoyants and hypnotists. So it's going to be very interesting. It's going to be very eclectic when it comes to holistic practices. So come and check it out, and we would love to know what you think about that. So again, that is on the 19th from 12 to 4. Welcome to everybody.
Yes. And the other thing I'm going to be at, I was trying to find the flyer to get you the exact, but all right, I am going to be at something called Booties and Barbells, and this is going to be so much fun. I was excited to be partake in this. I'm not going to be doing the barbells. This is for women that want to empower themselves, that are actually lifting weights, lifting heavy, power lifters. So it's going to be a powerlifting event for women. It's going to be a celebration of women's strength and how strong they are and their resilience and everything. So this is a really cool thing to be part of. It's October 25th. It's going to be at D1 Athletics, and that is off of the I-25 in Woodman, out that way. I don't know the exact address, but it's a big facility out there. It is on the 25th from 11 to 4. There's going to be it's all women. So this is the first time they're going to include all women vendors. So it's going to be for vendors from different health, wellness, and other areas, just entrepreneurs. And it's exciting. It's going to be fun. So come on out and join us. I'll be there with her strength coaching and talking nutrition, and just we both are very much into helping women to empower themselves, to be healthy, to grow old gracefully, or age gracefully. I say
age gracefully.
I'm not old. Age gracefully and gradually, and just enjoy life. So I would love for you to join us at these two events. They're going to be a lot of fun. You're going to be seeing a lot. Now's the time when a lot of different events come up. So stay tuned for that. And if you know of anything coming up, let us know. We'd be more than happy to promote any events that are going on out there that have to do with nutrition and wellness. And
I also like to put in that on Friday mornings at 6:30, I do a Zoom yoga class. In the next week or two, I'm going to start adding in a couple more classes, probably a Sunday morning about 9 a.m. and then probably like a Tuesday morning. I'll be doing the Zoom classes for virtual yoga, and they're not going to be free for very long. So if you want to hop on and get a couple free classes, or check out my YouTube channel, Leandra Jackson 1X. And that will give you some classes that are on there as well. I have some short stretching videos, and I have like 1 hour classes. So whenever you have time for, or if you want to get involved with doing some personal yoga training, and I know Victoria does personal training as well.
So we have my classes over at Flow State Jiu-Jitsu in Falcon. And that's off of Woodman Hills and Sage or something over there by So I have those classes on Monday, Wednesday, Friday at 5 a.m. They're about 45 minutes long. On Wednesdays, Leandra comes out. We do a circuit, and then we finish it off with some yoga and stretching. And so that's always nice. I'm going to also have a new location, Pick It Up Fitness, which is going to be it's off of Voyager, and I can't remember Mission. It's in the building with Mission Coffee. So I'm going to be starting there hopefully this month, at the end of the month or in November. I'll be doing personal training out that way. So if there's anybody out in that direction, come on out, let me know. I am looking for personal training clients out in the area, and even in Falcon. So anywhere.
Excellent.
On the east side.
Well,
so anyways.
Thank you so much for joining us for the Healthy Happy Hour podcast. We appreciate you all. We love you.
And we'll see you next month.
Healthy, fit, and active.